I review a lot of tech over the course of a year, from phones to laptops and tablets, and the ASUS ROG Ally is by far my favorite piece of tech that I've got my hands on this year. At the same time, that's really what makes this so frustrating. In my reviews, I don't like to go over just the spec sheet, but really like to dig into the implications of tech on your lifestyle, and there's a lot to talk about here. Alongside the gaming, of course, which we'll 100% get to. If you're new here, my name is Dave, and I do tech. If you've seen any of my videos before, you know how I talk about like my personal work lifestyle as a therapist and how different pieces of tech can sort of accentuate that work lifestyle. Although this is primarily a gaming handheld, I can actually run my company's clientele software database that I use to enter, say, like my progress notes or write up treatment plans or look up their authorizations, all on this because this is not just a gaming console. It's a Windows PC, and with it being a Windows PC, you can hook it up to your monitor like I have back here. It's an NSN 40-inch. It supports ultra-wide output. You can split the screen into different windows. You can minimize windows. You can use Google Docs or Google Sheets or Excel or Microsoft Word or the Office suite. Everything you can do with a Windows laptop or desktop, you can do with the ASUS ROG Ally. And so in that way, this is complementary as a desktop PC, a portable PC, and a gaming console all in one. And I think the implications in that on one's lifestyle are something that should not be understated just because it's marketed primarily as a gaming console. It's been awesome. One of the biggest headaches that comes with that is that it's a Windows PC, and so with that come glitches and bugs and hiccups. I went back to the Armory crate from Steam so I can go over to Xbox and download some games, and as you can see, it's a little unresponsive. Alright guys, so I woke up in the morning, was trying to download Destiny 2, and another glitch I'm encountering is that it will not connect to our Wi-Fi. It actually won't even open up the settings. So like literally the first time that I booted it up, you're getting a lot of different menus for logging in and signing up for things. And on like the third of the initial 4 or 5 windows for logging in, the keyboard wouldn't open, and then like I got an error that like something wasn't working. Eventually it ended up working once I restarted it. But that kind of let me know that that's sort of the experience that I'm in for, and that a lot of you guys are also probably going to be in for if you're used to a Windows ecosystem. Okay, so the ROG Ally has a maximum brightness of 500 nits. What that actually means, practically speaking, beyond the numbers, if you want to play high quality gaming outside like Jedi Survivor or Horizon Zero Dawn, God of War, Forza 5, whatever, you can do that max brightness on this display and have no problems. I mean, it's a clear blue sky day. I have some shade over me, but for the most part, you could just be outside in nature and play some games. Now, by virtue of the glossier screen, if the sun is like directly above and there is absolutely no cover, depending on the angle, you're gonna have some difficulty there. But for the most part, you can be outside, touch some grass, and play some games. The 1080p display on the ROG Ally is immensely crisp. I actually showed it to my dad, my mom, and my sister. They were all super impressed by like how good the screen looks. It's incredibly crisp and detailed. The colors are really pleasing to the eye. And you don't have to squint or worry about losing quality or text being blurry when you're doing anything on the Ally. I am telling you, go to the store, go to your local Best Buy, and try it for yourself. Reviews of this device do not do the screen justice. You really have to go see it in person for yourself. It's superb. The 120 Hz sings on this display, and it makes everything feel silky and just buttery. I know that's super overused. When you're scrolling through menus, sifting back and forth between windows, seriously, fantastic experience there. Okay, so a couple of things. I think ergonomically this is really, really comfortable. I think the Steam Deck is probably a bit more comfortable just because of the more accentuated back grips here, but in total this is nice. The buttons are clicky, not quite as clicky as say on a PlayStation 5 controller, but they feel good. I have no troubles actually interacting with the games that I am playing. hitting these buttons. And the thumbsticks feel really, really good. I did see in reviews that people were having a hard time in like shooters and racing games because the thumbsticks were just not responsive no matter how much they tinkered with the actual dead zones and armory crate. I personally haven't had any trouble with that. I'm able to minutely move the stick and it registers on screen just fine. Additionally, the volume buttons are up here, which is a little bit awkward to actually reach when you're in the middle of a game. Though what is nice is that you can actually hit the command center, and right there for you on the screen, you have a volume slider. The touchscreen is precise, feels amazing, and of course, you're gonna get bugs and stuff. And that just seems to be sort of a recurring part of the experience. Nothing game-breaking where I can't use the device, but it seems to be a part of it. An experience that, despite those things, despite the bugs, I'm still loving a lot. If you guys are enjoying the video, want to stay up to date with other tech content I have coming here, hitting the subscribe button is the best way to stay up to date. A thumbs up goes a long way to helping me out here on the channel. And if you're feeling the ROG Ally at this point in the video, give me a dolphin emoji. And if you're not feeling it at all, give me sort of like, you know that emoji where you kind of like, you put up the X's, kind of like this. You're like, no, I'm not feeling the speakers when you are playing games, when you are viewing content. Exceptional. There's a Dolby Atmos system here in the ROG Ally, and additionally the haptics in collaboration with the speakers. Man, it just makes for a truly immersive experience. When you're playing Forza, you feel the different terrain underneath your fingertips. When you're punching or uppercutting someone in Street Fighter, like you feel the visceral feedback of the combat. In Destiny 2, you feel the bullets and you hear the sounds of everything. Like it's just amazing experience. So we're gonna get to the gameplay, the frame rate, and the graphics and all of that stuff just in a second. The fans here surprisingly are like really quiet for a system that looks like it would sound like a jet plane when you're playing things at maximum fidelity. I can say that even on like that maximum mode, which I'm personally someone that, and don't kill me here, I'll run this at the maximum profile to get the best graphics, even if that means I only get 30 to 40 frames. I know that's super controversial.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
And although the fans do war up to like their maximum volume, I could say that you could very easily take this on a train or a bus, and it's not going to be so loud that it's a nuisance to the other people that are around you. But even if you want to run, I say like the performance mode, so the fans are like super duper quiet. You can run on performance mode and play like Forza 5 at high setting and still get like 40 plus frames per second, which still looks really good on the screen because things are a bit more compact and compressed, but also the screen quality here is just so good. But if you're a maniac like me and want to pump everything to like, I would say like ultra to extreme graphics, some combination of those two. On most games, you're just going to be hitting like 30 to 40 frames. But if you do want the smoother frames per second, there's absolutely flexibility here. I think the flexibility is something that like has really been getting me. I'm a little bit addicted to like the numbers and the metrics now. Like seeing what I can tweak to get the most performance in one way, while also sort of like leveraging the graphical fidelity that I want and tinkering with those things. I really like that. And if you're a maniac like me, you're also really gonna like that. And of course, if you are playing on turbo mode like all of the time and playing big AAA games, you're gonna get like 40, 45 minutes to an hour max out of this battery. Now myself, I do have an Anker battery bank or power bank that I use for multiple devices, and that works perfectly here for the ROG Ally. But yeah, if you're gonna be maxing this thing out, you're not gonna be spending more than an hour on this device. Now, if you're playing indie games and titles that are less demanding, you can get closer to around 2-3 hours worth of battery life, but for someone like me that likes to play all of the big boys, charging this happens often. In my experience, the overall package of what you're getting with the Ally is a marginally buggy Windows PC in a handheld gaming form factor that's capable of like playing games with
really great visual fidelity. Of course, not as much as you're getting on a dedicated desktop, but you're getting really great gaming performance, in addition to being able to do the life and work things that you actually want to do. If you want to stay up to date with your social media, you can do that. If you want to consume videos and other kind of content, you can do that too. It's not strictly gated in as just a gaming device. And for me, that's really what's made it so tantalizing. I can have an awesome gaming handheld on the go, and when I come back home, if I need to work on something, I can hook it up to my monitor and have a PC for all of my actual work and productivity needs. Thank you guys so much again for stopping by and hanging out. I wish you a fantastic remainder of your day, afternoon, or night, depending on the time it is you are watching this. And as always, peace, love, excuse me, how do I usually, I don't know. Adios. Bye guys.